Greetings YouTube, time for another bargain video, though there may be an outdoor section somewhere in here. You may have already seen that, sorry. We have some gaming books, which I picked up on my birthday weekend. We have the Pathfinder Player Companion Magical Marketplace. I got this for $5 at Jetpack Comics in Rochester, New Hampshire. Then I get the rest of these at Pandemonium Books and Games in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We have Gate Crashers, Science Fantasy Adventure. We have Soap, the game of soap opera mayhem. Word is Bond, a role-playing game of urban myth and magic, which sounds intriguing. We have the Mystery Monsters Revisited from Pathfinder Supplement. We have Iron Kingdoms, Full Metal Fantasy, Liber Mechanica from Privateer Press. We have the Neo Exodus House Divided campaign setting. I had actually been wanting to look at this for quite a while, but I consider the author a tool, so I did not want to pay full price for it and benefit him, so I bought it used to it's in new condition, so I was quite happy about that. And I have a Journey to Star Wars The Force Awakens, and this is a kind of a find your own, it's like a Star Wars version of Where's Waldo. You have to look around and find things in the images. It's something for little kids, and my nephews have been getting into Star Wars. Then we have the Illustrated History of Weaponry from Flint Axes to Automatic Weapons. I got that as a gift for someone. And then we have another copy of Reviving Ophelia, which brings me up to 3 copies, which is the number of copies I like to have on hand, because I give this book out a lot. Next up, we have some more books, and then DVDs. Here we have Divided Highways, which is a book about building the interstate highways, transforming American life. And we have Woods Woman 3, which is about a woman living in a cabin in the forest. I got that for my wife. Then we have Stories I Only Tell My Friends by Rob Lowe, which is autobiography, and it came with an autograph card. I thought that was kind of nice. I picked that up for $1. Then we have some DVDs. We have Weird Al Yankovic, the Ultimate Video Collection, which is a lot of his there you go. Feel free to do a freeze frame if you want to read out those things. But yeah, that's what he's, the videos on this. We have Sling Blade, Chef, which I bought cold because it sounded good, and it was good. But my wife's like all excited when I showed it to her, and she's like, "Don't you remember I told you to look for this movie?" And I'm like, vaguely. Maybe it was subconscious, but I quite like that. Then we have The Number One Girl, a film by, what is that? Luc Campion, which just looks like an adventure. I think I paid 50 cents for it. It wasn't even $1. We have Buckets of Blood. Inside Every Artist Lurks a Madman. An Officer and a Gentleman, which I got for the commentary track. The Judge, which I haven't seen. Stomp the Yard, because I'm kind of into dance films in some ways, and I've never seen it. The sci-fi production of Riverworld. Steve Martin, Novocaine. Hot Shots 1 and 2. My wife thinks we might have 1. I'm not positive, but it was $3 for 2 films. Divergent. I think I already own Insurgent, so now I've got 2 of them. We have 12 Rounds with John Cena, the Extreme Cut. By Rennie Harlan is the director, and I kind of like him, so I picked that up for $1. Edison Force. I've seen this numerous times. It's got Justin Timberlake, LL Cool J, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey in it, so to me that sounds like it might be interesting. And we have Darkman 2. I think I already have Darkman 1. I'll have to look into that. And then we have a copy of Howl's Games, The Standing Authority. And what's interesting about this was a gift from a friend of my friend Felicia. It's my birthday gift. And this is the original 1887 edition. So that's kind of cool. We have a plate that appealed to me because it was loud and obnoxious. It's just for me, which made me smile. We have a small antique funnel, because I may actually have a use for a small funnel at some point in the future that I did not want to use for food, so this is going to be for non-food items. Then we have a big chunky die, which just made me smile. I picked that up because it was just cool looking. We have a small bell. We have a Spirit of St. Louis collector's souvenir knife. I picked that up at a yard sale for $3. We have a knife that my father had made. It's got my name on it, and this comes from the Lake Winnipesaukee area, and it's got a little, it says, use this QR code for name, fax, info, whatever, that is. But yeah, maybe smile. He wrapped this in $52 in cash because it's the tradition for his mother to give me the same number of dollars I am in age, and he kept that tradition up after she died. So I got $52 for my father plus this knife. This small, it's a safety tape cutter, but it was intriguing. As you close it, the blade retracts. I thought that was interesting. Don't know if I can replace that or not. We're going to find that out. And we have this blade, which is homemade. It's a commercial blade, but somebody cut it down, fit it into a custom-made aluminum turn handle. I picked that up for $1 at a yard sale. That really appealed to me because it looks like something I'd make. Then we have this. Which has a lovely sound and a lovely appearance. That's going to need a little love. I should sand it and oil it. But yeah, it's in wonderful shape. Got a great patina. And speaking of the window, people can look outside and see the gift my wife gave me. That flag. So now I have a brand new flag, which is really good quality. I was very impressed by this flag. And so that's my new flag that my wife got me for my birthday. Now on to, I think, gear next. Alright, this section is a bit of a potpourri. We have some Roxy board shorts my wife liked, so picked those up for her. I picked this up at a thrift shop. It's a bandana with skulls on it. That made me smile. I paid 50 cents for that. We have a tool handle, which I have a number of tool heads downstairs that when I'm done playing with them are going to need a handle. So I picked this up for $1. I need to split it. And well, I have some wooden wedges I think I can use. I'm not sure if I have any of the steel wedges. I'll have to look into that. I might have to buy some of those. I think I can get those at a Tractor Supply, which is near at hand. We have some light up headphones, which was intriguing to me, so I tried them out. A review of that coming at some point in the future. I went to all the trouble to remove skate blades from a pair of skates to build an axe. Then I stumbled on these things, which are skate blades without any kind of attachment, which would have saved me so much work. But I picked them up, so in case I want to have another project, there we go. I don't have to take them off. Shoes, skate shoes, or boots, whatever, and then get stuck with the stupid boots when I'm done. So these are all ready to be used for something. Don't know what yet. Anybody got any ideas? Float them towards me. We have a classic recipe box for like 3.5, 3x5 cards, which is the size I need because I use 3x5 cards as notes. I carry them in my pocket all the time. Look at my channel for the Poor Man's PDA. And I use those to keep notes, and so I don't forget things, and I write things down when I think of them, things like that. And I want to keep them. And I have one which has put all my therapy notes in it, and I want to use this one for non-therapy things. So this is going to be sitting on my nightstand with cards in it. We have some rivets and a rivet gun. I picked that up. I have a larger rivet gun, but this is a smaller, a little more convenient for smaller size rivets. That'll go downstairs into the shop. We have two sheet metal hearts. We paid $1 for these. My wife liked them. She wants to use them for some kind of decoration. Here you go. We have a small vise. And while I have a big vise on my bench and a larger one on my drill press, I thought it might be intriguing to have a smaller one. Now this one, it kind of needs a new pad. That one's a little on the beat side, so I'll have to come up with some kind of something on there to protect the bench or whatever I'm clamping with. But I can do that. I'm a clever lad. But yeah, so I picked that up for I think it was like $2 or something like that. We have a strop. It's in rough shape. I freely admit this. I know it's in rough shape. Maybe I can bring it back. It was very, very inexpensive at an estate sale. So we'll see if I can bring it back and maybe use it to hone knives. We'll find out. I never used one. Then we have a sprinkler head, which is a wand, and it does look like a little rain wall thing like this. I thought my wife might find that useful for some of her planting. And it was $2. So I'm like, for $2, we'll give it a try and see if she likes it. We have a strap wrench. I have one of these up here already in my toolbox in the office. This will be going downstairs to the shop. And I actually have the smaller one because the original one I have came in a set with a blue handle and a red handle, and the blue one's like 3/4 this size or half this size. I keep that in the kitchen. Best jar opening strap you could imagine. And it is Craftsman. So I picked that up for I think $1 or so at a yard sale or an estate sale. And we have a headlamp, which I put in on the table backwards, which my father got me. So I'll give it a try and probably do a brief review, and then I may very well just donate that because I don't need a big chunky headlamp. I have many of my own that are far better quality. Then we have this bread knife. Now I picked this up because it was intriguing. This is from Montana Incorporated, made in Italy, and this is designed for right-handed people. And it's not. It says very sharp. It's not that sharp. It's sharp. It has a pivot here, right there, and as you move the screw in, the whole guard moves in parallel to the blade. And if you go all the way in, it becomes essentially a guard. Now, I would not be using it. I don't want to cut things like that narrow. I would probably be using it on the largest setting available, because we do occasionally make banana bread and stuff like that. And so this one I like. That's about the thickness of a slice I like. So I thought I'd give this a try and see how well it works. If I can get nice even cuts with this, that would be kind of cool. I need to take the stickers off and give it a wash. I haven't done anything to it since I brought it home from the antique shop I bought it at, and they were having a 75% sale. So I paid $2.50 for this one, which is kind of cool. So I actually think I'm going to tack the outdoor section on the end, because I started with my greeting on the book. So we'll tack that on the end. So now I'm going to go outside and shoot that. Maybe get a little more footage of my flag. You look at that. The sun came out. This is a double door deluxe pet carrier. It has a door in the front, as most carriers do. It also has one on the top, which I thought might make it easier to get cats in and out of the container. I'm not positive. I picked this up for $5 at a thrift shop. I'm not sure it was ever used because it's got paint spilled on it, and it was originally $59, which is just crazy talk. But it needs to be cleaned up. I don't care if it's got paint on it, but the inside's covered in cobwebs and dust and things. But I own a hose, so I can clean this off without a problem. And for $5, and I need a new one because the one I have, which is approximately the same size, has a broken lock in the front, and this one has some functioning locks. Woohoo! Then we have this awesome bucket of connectors. Now, some of these are steel, some of these are copper. The guy I bought them from, he's like, "You're going to use them?" I said, "Yes." I didn't tell him what I was going to use them for, which is weapon builds. But I picked the whole thing up for $5, and this right here, let me put this thing down. This is an awesome, hold on a second, I know you're not getting much of a, there you go. This is just a cool valve. I'm not going to hurt this thing. I'm not going to do anything to that valve. In fact, I may even mount it, just so you can play with it, because it's really cool. I love this kind of thing. But I guess it's all from boilers. I guess he used to do boiler work. So I picked that whole bucket up for $5. And just this valve is probably, $80 or something like that. I have no idea how much a valve like this costs. But it's cool, so I liked it. We have two more things here. We have this spreader bar, which has, let me turn it around. Here we go. Has a ratchet on this one, and it is called the Power. It was the down and toe straps from Ericsson. So I'm thinking I might be able to use this at some point. It is bound to come in handy for moving things at some point in my life. It was $5. It's an awesome shape. I know my wife's been wanting to get a small trailer for her RAV4, so this might come in handy when that is in use as well. So we'll see. Yeah. The only difficulty I had was getting it into my car. I had to lower the back seat and shove it in there, and the top of it was like in the front seat when I was done. But it fit in my Honda Accord. And then we have this scraper, which is a heavy-duty, nice, thick blade on a metal shaft, and has some padding up there. I don't care about the padding. I don't care, but I bought it because of the metal shaft and a nice rectangular, thick head on this thing. And I'm going to turn that into a harpoon. Yep, I'm gonna probably drill a couple of relief holes, then cut off 2 notches on the base, and then bring the whole thing to a nice point, then sharpen the outside edges and make myself a harpoon. That will be cool when I'm done. So this has been my bargain videos for this week. It's a really cool valve. It made me smile when I saw that. I'm like, awesome. It works remarkably well for its age. I have no idea how old it is, but it's definitely got a patina on it. So I hope you found this interesting. I know I find the bargain hunting fun, and I often find things I can use. So yeah, this has been my bargain videos.